Leg cramps commonly happen in the quadriceps, the hamstrings, and the calf muscles. Hi, Dr. Malka here, your chiropractor and acupuncturist practicing in Los Angeles, California. And in this video, I'm going to help you prevent cramps as well as stop them while they're happening. Loosening up these muscles in order to improve blood flow is one of the main ways to prevent cramps. I'm going to show you some basic stretches for these muscles, and I have other videos that show multiple stretches for each of these muscles, so it's a little more in depth. To stretch the calf muscle, bring one leg forward, the other leg back, toes pointed forward. This back leg needs to be perfectly straight, and just lean forward into the stretch like so, keeping that heel rooted to the floor. And let's do that to the other side. One leg forward, other leg back, leg perfectly straight, toe pointed forward, and the heel rooted to the floor. You don't want to be lifting the heel up because you'll lose the stretch. To stretch the quadricep muscle, simply reach back, grab your foot, and bring it to the buttocks. Make sure when you're doing this stretch that the thigh does not go forward. The thigh needs to either be even with the other thigh, or you can even bring it back a little bit for more of a stretch. And then once again, the other side. Reach back, grab the ankle. Again, the thigh should not be forward. It should be even with the other thigh or back. And then the third muscle is the hamstring muscle. So you want to go ahead and put your foot up on a surface, leg perfectly straight, with the back straight, just hinge forward with the nose to the knee, with the toe pointed up. And you'll even get a little calf stretch in here too as a bonus. And then come to the other side, foot up, toe up, back straight, and lean forward. And you can hold each of these stretches for 30 seconds to a minute and go back and forth about 3 times. And once again, I did mention for all 3 of these muscles, I have videos with multiple stretches for each of these muscles. Now, to stop an actively cramping muscle, you'll want to perform what's called reciprocal inhibition, which is tightening the opposite muscle from the muscle that is cramping. Never, never stretch a cramping muscle. So to explain reciprocal inhibition a little bit more, would you agree that if I'm going to lift an object with my bicep, that's this muscle here, the tricep has to relax. Otherwise, I won't be able to flex and lift that object. So the same philosophy is used also with cramping. This can also be used if your low back is cramping, unless you're driving in a car. You can tighten your stomach muscles, and then the low back muscles will have to relax. Now let's incorporate that into these 3 main leg muscles that tend to cramp. So the calf muscle's cramping. What you want to do is bring the leg across the body like this. Now you don't want to stretch the calf, you want to do the opposite. Point your toe, put your hand here on the top of your foot, and push up against the hand. Now you'll notice I'm not changing the range of motion. I'm keeping that cramped muscle shortened, just putting my hand on the top of the foot and pushing up. Now the calf muscle is probably the most common muscle to cramp, and especially in the middle of the night, sometimes it just wakes people up with a jolt. So if that's the case, while you're lying down, have that foot pointed, cross the other foot on top, and push up against that foot. Again, you're pushing in this direction, but you're not changing the range of motion. Let's switch to the other foot. Let's say this calf is cramping. Put this foot like this on top, and then just push up against. And I've had people cramping in my office, mainly the hamstrings, where I'm having them do bridging exercises. And this exercise works almost instantly. So let's pretend now it's your hamstring that's cramping, since we just talked about that. So if the hamstring is cramping, the job of the hamstring is to do leg curls. So you want to keep your leg in that curled position and just push in the opposite direction like you're kicking, but once again, you're not changing the range of motion. Let that muscle shorten. Put the foot down on the floor and push against the floor, feeling the tightening of this quadricep. Let's do that on the other side now. Again, this hamstring is cramping. Put the leg like so on the floor and push as if you're kicking. Relax. See if it's released. If it's not released again, go ahead and push. And you basically want to keep doing this pushing until the cramp releases. That might be 10 seconds, it might be 20 seconds, but you'll be pleasantly surprised of how quickly it is. Now to release the quadricep muscle, once again, the quadricep, the job is to do this. The stretch is like this. So you want to allow it to be in its most shortened state. Put the other leg behind, and you're going to engage in a leg curl. So you're pushing down against that other leg, tightening the hamstring. And by tightening the hamstring, you release the quadricep. And let's switch that to the other side. This leg is cramping, so you're going to shorten that muscle, and then you're going to push down with the top leg, tightening that hamstring muscle in order to release that quadricep muscle. So if you learned something from this video and maybe benefited a little bit, make sure to subscribe, like, and share with your friends. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments below and I'll make sure to address them. We will be launching a new YouTube video every Wednesday and Friday at 3 p.m. and I'll be available for any questions you have or suggestions for future videos.